right?
I am the
It is.
logo.
Here we go. We're starting. Yay! Hey everyone, I'm Ryan.
Mike has to go second. It's the rule.
Oh, what? I'm Mike.
And I'm Steve, and this is 60 Cycle Hum, the guitar buying, selling, trading, modding, fixing, breaking, reviewing, playing podcast.
I don't
Sorry,
know.
we're starting a little late. I'm feeling a little Bill O'Reilly tonight. I was having some trouble getting StreamYard to work, and so
And
we'll see how the show.
Incredible.
We'll see how the show goes.
Workplace harassment. Is that what you mean by that?
Wow. We'll see how this goes. We prepped very little because I came back and I said, Ryan, do you want to prep? He says, this isn't working. I said, yeah, thing fucking sucks. And then Ryan's like, yeah, fuck it, we're doing it live.
And here we go. The first ad that we don't have any feelings for yet. Boom! Nazi bait.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Mike here with a message of unity. Fuck Nazis. That shit can go in the trash.
Ryan, did you hold on? Did you?
Steve set the speed for this episode. Apparently, this is going to be a swear-isode.
I'm sorry.
Did you pull any screen grabs of the seller of this item?
I didn't.
I don't have
with it, ready, but I was looking at the sellers because this is on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah,
which goes directly to his personal profile.
What the hell is Mark Zuckerberg doing over there?
Of all kinds of eye bleach, soul bleach worthy treats. This is a special person who I don't want to meet ever.
What is the background of this? What is
it's a coffee table, I think.
The coffee table is actually kind of nice. I like the way the wood grain is patterned in a starburst, but I didn't even notice the American flag. Oh, this is bad. This is just I don't like this at all.
Hold on thanks
for having me on.
For the folks
American oops.
For the folks at home, this is a what's the description there? Used 5-string bass, BASC.
Oh my god, of course.
Well, you know what? If this was World War II, we'd be sending the Allies in to bomb this Nazi base. That was a joke, guys. That was a joke I just made.
Oh my god!
You guys like my joke? Nazi base, get it?
Oh my god!
No, I didn't get it. Apparently, you'll have to excuse me. I'm very angry about the
content of this. Another thing I noticed is that this has some kind of black covered active pickups in it. I'm surprised they didn't go for a white powered pickup.
Let's take a moment to talk about the feature set. No, Ryan. The whole thing. This is the first guitar or instrument that I've ever seen that's been canceled. This is incredible. This is internet history right here. This bass is done for. It'll never work in this town again.
Oh my goodness. This bass is ready for a Quentin Tarantino movie.
This bass needed to be in one of the bands in 6-String Samurai.
This needed to be the one that got smashed in Hateful Eight.
It's a few it's a whimsical strap away from being featured in Jojo Rabbit. Did you guys watch that movie?
Yeah,
that movie ruled. That movie was great. It was. I was calling it Calvin and Hitler for a long time.
Oh my god,
I loved it so much.
That's a good call.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, they go. This guy's clever once in a while. Watch out for him.
Here's a thought that I have with this. This guy's asking $350. Like, presumably the artwork is the only thing that's aesthetic. That's like
it is artwork. See, this is not up for debate whether a visual icon is
fine.
fucking
Fine.
sucks.
I wouldn't
Is
call it
this
a
going to be
wood
like what is this going to be one of those ones where you get in a fight with somebody in the YouTube comments again about whether or not all art is valid?
Oh boy.
All art is valid, but all art is open to criticism. So there you go. Yeah.
I mean, this is a very
The Mona Lisa isn't the greatest painting. It's just the most famous. Fight me.
This is a very geometrically correct swastika. All those angles do appear to be 90 degrees.
Yes.
So there's a lot of right angles here. You might even say that these are alt-right angles.
Oh my god. Knock it off.
That was very good.
Oh, look at all the jokes we got tonight.
Ooh.
No surprise when I was scoping out this guy's Facebook profile, he had more than a few posts trying to explain why the Confederate flag is not racist. And then this is what he's selling. Like, this is kind of like, we don't need to go down that road talking about that. But when this is something that you've owned and you're trying to sell, it kind of invalidates any point you're trying to make about anything else.
Like who is gonna want to go meet this guy in the proverbial dark Craigslist alley? I know I wouldn't, or maybe.
Oh my gosh, we've got a Nazi sympathizers here.
Is that what's happening? Is that what that is?
Oh man.
Probably. Your comment gets put on screen, dude. Oh, he thinks we're gonna block him just for disagreeing with us because we're soy mods. Oh my god!
Wow, what's there to disagree with? Fuck Nazis.
Boy here. Oh. Oh no, he called me soy. Oh.
What does yeet mean?
I think it is when you kick something really hard or throw it really hard. I don't know. I've seen it on the internet a couple times. It don't matter.
I'm not young enough to know how to use that word.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just a millennial. I'm not a Generation Y? Z? What are we on?
Z.
You know, guys, the only interesting angle that I can find here is that those of us who own refinished instruments, much like bigotry in our own communities, who knows what's lurking under the surface? If you buy a refin, hey, maybe there's one of these stuck underneath your beautiful Lake Placid blue finish. Who knows?
A secret Nazi base?
Yeah, could be.
If we were still doing titles, that would be the title of the show, Secret Nazi Base.
No. Oh man.
Yeah, man. I mean, he wants $350 for this, which is already insane. It's some awful 5-string Dean without any strings, and that's half the value of the bass right there. Because bass
without any strings, missing 2 controls, probably modified pickups. I'm
not even sure if those are modified pickups.
No, those are Dean pickups.
Are they
Deans.
really Dean? I thought they're Oh, they do say Dean, huh?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, guys, if he had modified those pickups, he would have dropped in white powered pickups. I still love my joke. I'm sorry, guys.
Man.
But yeah,
that's not a good joke. Stop
this. You don't sell this. You give this away to someone else in your clan. Because you just can't sell it. It's
obviously. Well, you can at least try to sell it.
You shouldn't, though.
This is nuts. This is nuts.
I mean, I'd say that I wonder almost if it's not an actual attempt to sell anything. It's an attempt to dog whistle on Facebook
and get guitar podcasts to talk about this.
So Facebook Marketplace is all local. You throw that up on there, and then you find out who's local to you that has similar ideas and values. I guess I don't want to buy the bass, but let's hang out. I've got drums. Let's start a band.
I'm surprised it doesn't say $350 or a healthy debate.
I looked at this guy's Facebook profile.
Is this the Facebook marketplace of ideas?
He's not having a healthy debate with anyone.
Oh man. This is fun. Oh boy. Yeah.
Do we need a palate cleanser after this one?
Yeah, I'll take a.
Do you have to go, Mike?
Hold on. I got one
hang out
more.
for a minute.
He's got one more.
First song you play with this bass.
Oh, here we go.
Pat Benatar, Hitler Me with Your Best Shot.
Oh my gosh. I did not see that coming.
Oh man.
That
cool
one's
that you
already been in the
pronounced
that
not
one's been in the
MC
comments
so
20
perfectly.
times already.
Because it makes the joke land even harder.
All right, you guys ready for?
Oh, I didn't expect him to say that. Am I doing it right?
Yes, that's. Oh, whoa! What did you do? That was very clever, Mike.
Oh, wow.
All right, palate cleanser. Let's see if I can find it. That's not it. There it is. Here we go. Completely unrelated. Completely different topic here.
Is this by the same guy?
That's actually what Steve asked when I told him what we were doing tonight. He's like, "Isn't it by the guy that did the Iron Cross?"
Yeah. The one from like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
This is actually like a really high-end build that, whoa, I made 2 different things here. That a guy has like a Kickstarter or GoFundMe to build a bunch of these things. And yeah, he wants $6,300 for this one, down from $9,000. And it's in the shape of the Star of David, and it's literally called the Jewcaster.
No, the Jewcastar.
Jewcastar. I get it. Jewcastar. I should have picked up on that right away.
It's got wood covered pickups. So
Steinberger tuner.
You know it's worth a lot of money.
It's got that warm woody tone. You know. No, I'm very hesitant to make any kind of jokes around this one. It was more fun to joke about the last guitar.
Man. Oh no, the jokes are all gone now.
Now things are very somber. It would have been easier to joke about this if we hadn't started out with the last one.
Ah, yeah.
Go back to the
that body would be super uncomfortable.
I'm just trying to get people to stop watching this show because it's too awkward.
I feel like this is a color palette difference away from being played by Starman or whatever in Kiss. Like this isn't this should be in Kiss.
I mean, yeah, the shape is it, or what's his name from ABBA played a crazy star-shaped guitar.
Oh, okay. Did he really?
There's a big history of star-shaped guitars. Like Bootsy Collins got star-shaped stuff, and I mean, it's not the craziest design ever. It's just so specific. Like I could not see anyone playing this guitar without them being Jewish.
I think can you go to the description? I think the headstock is like something too, isn't it?
It is. I know what that shape is, but I forget. Like I've seen that shape before. I don't remember exactly what it is though.
Yeah, the color name. Oh, God.
I didn't see anything in there about it. What's the color name?
It's right at the bottom. It's the very last thing.
Oh, Jew Blue. Wow.
Yeah, I think this guy's got the builder's got a really strong sense of humor. But like it's super niche. Like even if you love the shape and you're like, I'm a sheriff. I love 6-pointed stars because it's like my sheriff badge.
I mean, the thing is I don't think there's
like, no, this is specifically a Jew guitar.
Like in the description, I don't think there's like nothing ironic about it. Like these pickups are made in Jerusalem.
No. This is a high-end, sincerely executed guitar, and it's like secure. It's like solidly grounded in just it's a sincere pride, heritage, and personal identity. And I don't know. I think it's fun,
and the work is really clean too. It's really excellent work all around.
You want me to zoom in on anything? I can.
Yeah, can you? I got these eyes. They don't work too good no more.
Here, let's look at the dust.
Ooh. Oh man, that olive wood on the pickup covers is gorgeous.
Yeah, look at the little bits of,
man.
Yeah, I like that.
That's like a cool little detail there.
You can see the sap in the wood,
Yeah.
Let's look down at this one. And nice little bits of knot in there and stuff. It's very organic.
Cool.
It's very
What's
organic.
going on under the bridge?
Yeah,
Different
what?
glue happening.
What
that?
is happening there? That's why they knocked it down from
No.
$9,000 to $6,000. Yeah, it doesn't have the same finish throughout. Why would they not do the same finish there?
It's interesting.
That is interesting.
Maybe it's like a refill. Maybe they finished it first, and then they, when they went to go put in the bridge, they had to like modify something.
Let's analyze these pixels on the frets. How do you these frets look?
Enhance.
Looks wow.
Enhance.
Looks good to me. The action seems pretty high, but
Yeah.
you can tell that from photos.
And you can tell right here. If we enhance all the way, we can see the luthier in the reflection.
I feel like I'm looking at a Windows screensaver from 1993.
All the way out there, it is.
Oh, the inlay is nice.
Oh yeah, there's some good inlays here. I still have to zoom out a bit. I think I have a close up of that somewhere. There we go in the back.
There's certain elements of this that are like very obviously handcrafted, and I can't decide. This is just so hyper specific. But then it's like, I'm looking at the way the paneling is done here, and it's like, bevel that stuff, man. Come on.
I don't like the proportions of the very bottom point.
I kind of wish it was. I know it's more practical for a guitar shape to go longer. I kind of wish they had kept a perfectly symmetrical Star of David instead of going longer like that, because that kind of biffs it up a little bit. It reads a little different.
Yeah. It's because it's in motion, like the spaceships in History of the World Part 2.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's a movie I haven't seen in a long time.
Was that History of the World Part 2? I thought that was Spaceballs. There was a teaser trailer at the end of Spaceballs for Jews.
Is
and
it?
Oh, wait. No.
Is it? I thought it was History of the World.
I think that's
You might be
History
right.
of the
It might be
World.
History of the World. You're right. You're right. It's History of the World. Spaceballs.
You're right.
I think
You're
there.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Damn.
So what do you think, guys? Is this guitar Jews only, or can Gentiles play it too?
Well, not being a member of the Hebrew faith, I decline to.
You're not? That's why I brought you on the show.
No. Ryan.
I'm joking.
Please.
For $6,000, yeah, I think it's going to be a really niche sell. You really got to find someone who's very enthusiastic about this. Like Adam, I've thought of one person who I think would buy this, and it's Adam Sandler, and it would be if he had like a bit to wrap around it,
Yeah. You'd make a movie around it.
Yeah.
Straight to
Crazy
Netflix.
Nights 2.
It'd be the sequel to the Zohan movie.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't seen that.
This would somehow be a weapon.
What were you going to say, Steve?
This would
Or
somehow be
Slaughter.
a weapon for in Zohan 2.
Oh, did you guys watch The Hunters? I think it's on Amazon Prime. Hunters, something like that. It's about some people in the 70s go hunting for Nazis.
Oh, I heard about this actually.
It's actually pretty fun, and it's got quite a twist in there along the
Oh,
way.
I love a good twist.
It's got a good twist. I wouldn't be surprised if M. Night Shyamalan wasn't in there somewhere, and working on that twist for them.
He's in every movie.
But it's got a great cast in it, really great character actors. So that's my closeout to this ad here. Go watch Hunters or the Hunters. Hunting people. It's about hunting people, about hunting Nazis.
Oh,
on
there
Amazon.
we go. Full circle.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah. All right. So anything new? Can you stick around a bit, Mike, or do you got to go?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I got it.
You guys got anything new?
Do you have anything new?
Well,
do you have anything new?
I could show it.
Wow.
I'm gonna drop the unboxing video tomorrow, but I could tease a little bit.
Do it.
What I got in today. I know I'm always complaining about having too many guitars, but now I've got this other one here.
Oh. Ooh, I know what that
Very
is.
nice.
Little TV guy there. Yeah. So watch the unboxing video tomorrow. That's all you get. I've also got a bunch of other stuff around here. I got something from Strymon to unbox. I've got another thing from Fender to unbox. No big deal.
Oh my gosh.
I've got a thing from a company I shouldn't mention to unbox because I think they want it to be a secret.
Ooh,
So I'm a busy boy over here. I just can't show what I'm busy with. You know how it is.
Oh, don't we?
This is my next project. I already put it together.
Oh, what do you got?
It's a IKEA shelf. I didn't put the crossbar on it. It's supposed to have a cross. It's supposed to be like a bookcase for your shelf, or like a bookshelf for your wall. But it's got this like perfect little wedge right here. It's like the exact width of a guitar pedal. So I'm gonna throw a couple of these up on that wall back there.
What do you guys think about the theory? Think of the theory that there's a guitarist who works for IKEA who's designing stuff, because they have those shelves that are just like perfect pedal shelves. They have the other things that make like perfect little pedal boards and stuff. It's like, is it just like circumstance that these designs line up with other practical uses, or you think there's a secret guitar boy over there?
We got someone on the inside, I think, is what's going on.
They're like, man, this cabinet would be a lot cooler if it was these dimensions. Just saying, like, if it could fit an amplifier is all I'm saying.
Well, guitarists have been repurposing IKEA things for who knows how long, so maybe they got wise. And
there's just a guy on the inside who like does all the designs, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got this really cool aluminum jig, but it's really just a 125B Hammond. It's like a Hammond, like a bunch of Hammond boxes."
Yeah. Or it's like a bitter designer who's been trying to get fired for decades, and they're like, we want you to make a shelf. Oh, screw those guys! I'm not going to make a shelf. I'm going to make a pedal board, and that's what he's been doing. Like
he's actually had a job lined up from like Pedal Train for years, but he can't quit because if he quits, he loses his pension.
He got scooped up by IKEA immediately.
IKEA. Yes. IKEA. I got some good pedal shelves from them. I don't know if we can get those in the shot. Oh, the mic is covering them.
Oh yeah, those ones.
They've got these metal shelves that are perfect for pedals.
Yeah, I don't think they're pretty. Aren't they pretty wide?
Yeah, they're kind of deep. The pedals all sit at like a nice 45-degree angle on them. The shelves I had made before, the pedals sat really upright to the point where like you bump the wall and they'd start to like.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. But yeah, these ones are great because I think what we're gonna, at least one of the options we've looked at is putting them behind the guitars, like, and then have like one up high, like one about right here, and the other one would be lower and over to the other side.
Just saying, guys, another new thing. I've got a bottle of sake here.
Dope.
I'm gonna take a shot just on my own. I wanted to get soju, like Andy Kim always gets at NAMM.
Andy's the best.
But they didn't have any at the grocery store, which is dumb because I live in like a very Asian-friendly town. And so I got this sake instead. But I will be accepting $20 super chats because, of course, how would I turn them down?
Oh, man. I hated myself after last week.
Well, that's nice. Yeah. Oh, how much did you only did the one shot at the end? Oh, because you stayed up till 3 a.m. or whatever.
That's partly why I stayed up till 3.
Well, he did the one at the end, and then we hung out for like another hour after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I finished that bottle of Jack Daniels.
Oh, you finished that?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were still working on it.
Yeah. No, I polished that off.
I felt fine after last week. Anyone who missed it last week, we stayed up with like just a super group of people for like 3 hours doing this thing. It was ridiculous. So anyone you got anything else new, Steve or Mike or me?
I have upped my camera game, so I'm pretty excited. I got an M50, bro. It's got a lens and it's got a screen that comes out. You can look in here and it'll show you the picture that you're trying to take. Pretty cool. Yes, I stepped up my camera game. I still don't know how to use it, so I need to step up my
No
knowledge game.
one knows how. It's a mystery. Cameras
Oh,
are
really?
yeah.
The light comes in, and there's a mirror, and a mirror, and a mirror.
No, bro, this is
and a mirror.
mirrorless, bro. I was told this is mirrorless by the person at the company who I bought it from.
Steve
The li-
doesn't know anything about cameras.
The light
Wow,
comes
Steve
in.
is a big dummy when it comes to cameras. I see.
Mhm.
Me too.
I just use them.
But I
don't
got
know
that. Did I
anything
get
about 'em.
anything else? Did I get anything else? Have I acquired anything? I don't think I've acquired anything else. It's just been a lot of Seinfeld and a lot of hanging out and a lot of talking about the pandemic and watching TV commercials that are like, we know that things are really strange right now.
We just
That's
opened
basically
up. We just had restaurants open up down here.
Ah, really?
Really?
The restaurants open down there?
Yeah, they're like social distancing restaurants, but
Finally, I can go back to Arby's.
they are restaurants.
Oh.
at that Arby's.
I've been wanting some roast beef in this face of mine.
They have the meat.
They got the meat.
Yeah, I've started. This will be interesting to Mike and you, Steve. All of us, all three of us. We're Star Trek boys. I've started jumping back into the Next Generation. As I did the whole thing like 2 years back, and then I dove into other stuff. I did all of Voyager. I tried to get my feet wet with DS9. And I said no, thank you, sir.
Oh, so good though.
Now I'm back into TNG, and it's embracing me and wrapping me like a warm, comfy blanket. And
I keep trying to cancel my CBS All Access, and they keep going, no, don't go. Here's another free month.
Wow.
What are they, a magazine?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I even wrote in the little thing that I didn't very much care for Picard. No, thank you. And they were like, listen, we know, but if you just stick around, it'll get better. Just stick around. Come on.
Yeah, it'll get better. Are they going to do more Picard?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, there's like a season 2.
Like there's a lot to spoil there. Hey guys, Picard's fine at the end. He doesn't
Ryan
to the volcano with the ring.
No, you can't say the end.
Okay. Picard dies.
That'll throw him off the trail.
I just have. Did we talk about Picard already? I know we talked about it, but
it's something crazy like Picard becomes a robot.
No, it's not dumb like that. I wouldn't do that in a writer's room.
Oh, he's a hologram now. That'd be stupid.
That would have been way better. He's a hologram, but like every once in a while, like Robert Picardo, it's just a Robert Picardo voiceover and like Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart's just like, what is that? And he's looking around, and it's just a Robert Picardo narration.
Robert Picardo singing opera.
Yeah,
there we go. Oh my gosh, yes. It's just a glitch in the programming that that they're gonna get rid of.
It'd be so
Picard becomes a hologram, and then he loses all human rights, but it's still like mentally him, and he's like, no.
You know what? They should have given us a TV series about Lieutenant Junior Grade Picard from Tapestry. The ineffectual, bumbling, stupid Picard who can't get his reports done on time and frustrates everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
Is this
blue?
That's a great episode.
Picard? This is the young Sheldon pitch for Picard.
Yeah.
No, this was the alternate universe Picard. This was the didn't fight the Nausicaans Picard.
Yeah.
I know.
Buddy. Oh,
this was It's a Wonderful Life. This was It's a Wonderful Life Picard. Unbelievable, Ryan.
Should we do another ad, or do we have?
Let's do another ad.
We didn't.
Are we ever going to do a sponsor spot? We got to get paid, man.
Yeah, let's do a sponsor spot. Let me pull up the thing here. Which one do you want to do first, Steve?
Let's do the one that we do every week, Ryan.
CBA.
This week's episode is brought to y'all by Chase Bliss Audio. They make pedals more creative than you are.
They make pedals more creative than you are. I almost did a very old sponsors little line. They make pedals more creative than you are. They really do. I was using the blooper today, and it's way more creative than I am.
Did you take the blooper with you on your little trip to play Army?
To play Army?
Yeah, go play. Were you playing Army with your friends? Never mind. Trying to make an Arrested Development joke, but it's not working. Anyway, Chase Bliss Audio, they make a looper. They make a granular
looper. For trying to make a joke on your co-host. Yeah, they've got the blooper, which is a looper. They've got the other one,
the mood, a granular looper.
The granular looper.
They got the brothers.
You got the brothers, which is an overdrive, distortion, boost, fuzz, all those.
You got the Condor. It's a
Condor
EQ thing.
Yeah, it's bird pedal. It's like EQ and wah and chorus probably because they're all choruses. If you tweak them hard enough.
They got the womb tone.
Climb up in there. I don't have that one. That's the
you
thing,
don't.
right?
I thought you did.
Wow. That's the one I do not have.
You got the Gravitas. Oh, I'm saying not you. I'm saying Chase Bliss.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Has these.
I thought we were going through my list of personal possessions.
The Gravitas.
The Gravitas I do own is a beautiful tremolo pedal.
The Tonal Recall red knob. The third.
I had a Tonal Recall blue knob, and then I got it turned into a red knob. I just feel like I'm bragging.
Did you get to keep the blue
Dark
knobs,
World
though?
Did you keep the knobs? I didn't keep the knobs.
No, they keep the knobs.
I think the blue looks better.
And you know what they don't have, Ryan? They don't have a Spectre because there's no more flange.
No more flange. Don't ask about the flange. So big thanks to Chase Bliss Audio for supporting the show all these years.
Yep. Go to chaseblissaudio.com.
If you're on edge, like, oh, I think I want a Chase Bliss, but I'm not sure. And I've can definitely afford one or two of them, maybe even three. Let the fact that they support this entertainment that you love so much, episode after episode. That's my PBS pitch. Big Bird's going to come in later, and he's going to talk to the kids about it. So yeah, big thanks to Chase Bliss Audio. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
What's next, Ryan?
What's next? Let's find another ad to talk about. We've got a couple of them.
We're doing a lot of ads tonight, guys.
Well, we've got 4. Well, should we do that one or
hell yeah,
do this one? Oh, Grant was supposed to join to talk about this. Oh, wait, he's here. He's here. I didn't see him there at the bottom. Grant, how long have you been waiting down there?
I don't know, like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
I didn't see it. Hides it in the window. I couldn't see it. It was just poking out a little bit.
I've been making faces at you the whole time. Damn.
I would have put you in so much sooner.
All right, this is a trip. I forgot about these.
You knew about these?
Yeah,
of course you did. You're a big acoustic control.
It's an acoustic. Yeah, this is a factory working condition. Original speakers in excellent shape. 1969. Nice. Acoustic tube bass amplifier with a hollow tube in the middle to reverberate the sound of the two 15-inch speakers on each end. I don't think I ever realized these were 15s.
Now, when you say tube, this is not the kind of tube amp that you're used to thinking about. Oh no, not at all.
Rad.
It's that kind of tube. Yeah. It's a tubular tube amp.
Yep.
This is local, Steve. You could go buy this.
It's
got to be massive.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much is it?
Huge. That's a 15-inch speaker.
On each side, isn't it?
But it looks like furniture, so it'll fit right in.
It's a subwoofer.
Is it 2 15-inch speakers, one on each side of the tube?
Yeah.
That must weigh a ton.
I want this so bad.
It looks like it's made out of a rocking chair.
Yeah, so basically Acoustic was really into trying to make cabinets that would like really fill out a room without blowing people away, like fill out a lot of space. And this was
like
one.
With a bass amp, you don't really need to point it at anyone. It kind of just fills the room with those frequencies anyway.
But it's like there were different. This was like one of these ideas that Acoustic was also big on, like the I forget what it was called, but they call it like the W cabinet.
Yes.
So it's like two 15s that are facing, like they're not actually facing out, they're facing in, and then they're like ported around. It's really screwy, but that's like, I'm pretty sure that's what the cabinet design was for like the 360 and 370 cabinets. One of them, maybe both of them, that were like, because back then everyone was like, all of your big name guys who were playing acoustic were playing arenas. And so it's like, Jaco Pastorius trying to fill like a stadium with a cabinet.
Yeah.
And like no mics. So you had these like wacky, I mean, they weren't wacky, they worked, but you had these designs where like the peak volume wasn't at like the speaker port. The peak volume was like 15 feet in front of the cabinet, which, you know, in a modern club, if you're 15 feet in front of the cabinet, in front of the stage, you are outside of the club.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't remember if I had a screen grab of the price or description on this thing. Is there a price on there?
$400.
$400. That's not bad at all.
Sadly, $20 too cheap.
Oh, this is super
It would have
local.
sold right away if it was 420. Right away.
With the year and everything, yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. A 1969 amp for $420. You'd have to buy it by law.
Absolutely.
I want this thing now.
Spoiler for another future thing. I have an amp in the trunk of my car that Grant sent me out to buy that I bought yesterday.
Well,
but
I was perusing you guys Craigslist yesterday because I got
Yeah,
tired of Nashville's, and I thought I'll see what San Diego has, and maybe I'll send somebody off on an errand. And yeah,
But that thing was the thing that I went to get. I mean, spoilers. It was $30.
Ooh.
I don't think I would have had $400 to go drop on this. Maybe Steve wants to go get it though.
would that fit in your
I
car?
don't think I have $400 right now.
What about Super Rich Steve though?
Yeah, I'll have to find him.
Oh man, we missed an opportunity to do a Super Rich Steve rant on the Nazi base.
Oh my gosh.
Oh well. Maybe
He's
Super
got a
Rich
regular
will do
Steve rant on that instead.
Closing thoughts on that later in the episode.
What does this thing actually sound like, though? I mean, it can't just be louder. It can't just be changing the volume, right? Like that has to. It's called the tuned tube bass, so it has to have. It has a resonant frequency. I mean, it is a shape, right? So
It is a shape, that for sure. This thing has a physical presence. It exists on a.
You know, it's kind of
3D
reminding me of the old Fender Acoustasonic amps that had one speaker facing forward and another on the side of the cabinet. That was meant to be like a three-dimensional sound. Yeah, I wonder if it's kind of like that. Oh, because that's not grill cloth in the front, huh? That's
no, it's a tube.
Yeah.
That's the tube. So I'm reading some really old notes on this. I'm actually reading my old notes about this, which is weird because I'm on the old website.
Steve is reading his blog post about this on the Acoustic fan group.
No, that's literally what I found on kind of on accident. But I'm reading from someone else. Apparently, each one of they only made like 100 of the bass version and 100 of the guitar version.
Wow.
And one of the guys' comments is each one of them was sold like 3 times because apparently the original circuit used germanium transistors. So basically, they sent these out to people and they would immediately fail. Because I guess maybe fail's not the right word, but it just wasn't, using germanium for apparently for an amp transistor just is not the way to go. Like it's unstable. And then they're talking about like how originally there were actually, if you go to a picture of the end section.
Oh, okay, sure. You're talking to me.
So the way this is, all of these little screws here, there was also originally like an end piece that you could put on there that was like on a hinge and would open, like you have it open or close.
So it would like put out a thing to steer the sound around.
I guess I don't know. So I have no idea how these actually sounded, but this is like I said, a really early version. The tube itself is cardboard. I think the thing that's the craziest about it that somebody mentioned is that in the group is that these were made in 1969 and Acoustic hit their stride in like 1970, 1971. So somehow they went from making this thing. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it, to making like one of like some of the most classic bass amps like ever. Like they went from making this to making an amp that like Albert King played. Like 5 years later.
I've got the 150 sitting behind me, and that thing is a monster. That thing will peel your eye skin off.
Yeah, it's just a really crazy design. Some of the comments I'm seeing on other sites are talking about how like this might be based on speaker concept that was I guess was popular in cars at the time to like channel sound. I don't know anything about cars, so I just know I like to drive them.
Well, that's all you need to know, buddy.
So what else do we have to say about this? Is there any?
It has a hum. Did you see the hum control?
Yeah, let's go to the close up of the controls. Let's see if I can zoom in on this thing. And
Wow.
Inputs high and low.
Oh my gosh, both.
It goes on and off.
That's rad.
Oops. There we go.
But what is a hum control? Is that just a ground loop?
Yeah,
that would be my
believe
guess.
That's what it is. I've got a hum control on my universal, and that's all it does. I think is it's a 2-prong.
So is this like a double amp? We've got 2 sets of inputs and 2 different sets of controls. Can you plug in 2 things at once? Or whoops.
I mean, probably.
I give up.
That'd be wild if one bass went through one speaker and the other bass went through the other speaker.
Well,
That's
aren't there basses that have the split output thing? Wasn't that a thing in the 70s, whatnot? People experimenting with running one bass into 2 amps, and they would just split out of the guitar with 2 output jacks.
I have no
Like
idea.
maybe you could do that with
Do
this.
Rickenbacker basses have 2 outputs? I know some of the guitars do.
Yeah, maybe.
Rico sound.
Yeah. But I don't know about the basses.
Man, that's so interesting. I want
It's
it.
really
I want to try this out.
It's a piece of furniture. When you put that in the corner of the room, and people are going to walk in, and it's the first thing it's going to catch their eye. Oh, what is that? It looks like a tube. Is that a tube? Oh, I'm a big connoisseur of tubes. I need to know everything about it. What's inside the tube? Is it full of giant Pringles? That's what people will say when they see this in your house.
Is it full of giant Pringles?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, indeed, it is actually.
Well, why don't you pop it open and see for yourself? I guarantee it won't stop. Will not be able to stop.
Oh no, the connection is so bad. The connection is so
I know
bad.
it's really weird.
You guys all look
I'm
good on my
enjoying
side. It's all real smooth on my side.
You're the only one breaking up on my end. Usually I'm the one. Yeah, everyone else is
You're
fine.
breaking. Steve, are you breaking up with me?
You sounded like a Miku stomp.
Yeah, you did. It was dope as hell.
Ryan's not just running his audio through Miku Stomp, he's also running his video through one.
Oh, man, everyone's saying that I'm auto-tuned and roboting. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm glad it's not just me.
And it sounds like someone's peeing now, too.
That was me pouring up.
That's me.
All right, we got anything else for this?
No, I don't. There's some people commenting that they want it for $400. So maybe Steve, if you want to work out I already did my chore for the week for Grant.
Gosh.
Maybe someone else wants to send you one.
I don't even. Yeah, sure. I can go pick this up for somebody for $400. It's going to cost like another $150 to ship it anywhere.
That ain't no joke. That ain't no joke because it's going to be a heavy beast with all those Pringles in there.
You really want this Pringles thing to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like
goddamn
Pringles?
Gretchen
Is that what's
Wieners
going on?
over there.
Yeah, it's awesome, though. That thing is crazy.
It's
Yeah.
rad.
Like, if you saw someone bring that out to a show, like, but when they were setting up, you would stick around to watch the band, right?
Heck yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd have to hear that bass. I'd have to hear what's going on there.
Man.
I feel like if you saw this, it would just be confusing, though, right? Like,
Well, that's how we respond to everything.
I understand that we're saying like it's a 2x15, but the 15-inch speakers are set up like this, like side by side. So
it's a clock.
Like,
it's a clock amp.
It is. It's a Klops amp, and it's not like it's big. It just looks weird.
Oh,
Maybe you could send this to Klops and be like, "Hey, sorry, dude, your trademark is void. This thing already exists. I can now copy your design because this was already done."
Yeah, but this and his like for that to be his this to be his design, the speakers have to be able to slide back and forth,
and they have to be lined with
like
fur.
a Furby.
Yeah, fur.
You know about Klops, Mike?
Very, very little. I'm a mere babe on this subject.
Oh boy, go look up the Klops website someday when you
I've
miss the good old days of the internet.
I've
Geo sites.
I've interacted with this dude in like different forums, and basically he has this company. He has these basically he'll take like a long like a drum shell and put a speaker on the end of it. It's like a 15-inch tom, put a speaker on it, put like 2 or 3 toms together, and then he'll put another part on it that like slides in and out to like change the length of whatever, right? And the whole thing
It's not
is
interesting, Mike.
it's
well,
weird.
now I understand where Ryan's Pringles fascination comes from.
So the whole thing is he does this, he has this whole thing and he gives them away to studios, and he founded a company, and he will go to Summer NAMM to demo, but when pressed and you're like, well, how many of these have you sold? And he's like, oh, they're in studios all over Nashville. And it's like, yeah, but how many did you sell?
Yeah, just because people are afraid to throw them away.
Just like CBS All Access and its viewer numbers. Won't release them. Don't know how many people are watching things, but
it's very popular.
Gosh.
I like want to watch Twilight Zone, but I haven't.
Completely forgot that was on there. Hi, Grant, by the way. I miss you. It's been a long time.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you, friend?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Never gonna forget how you let me sleep in your room on what was that, like a blow up mattress for my trip through Tennessee.
I thought I was the only one to sleep in one of your rooms, Grant.
All right, man.
Now I find out the Mike's sleeping in your rooms.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, but man, it was a blast.
I think you guys both slept in the same bed.
Hey,
wow,
buddies.
Oh,
and it was my bed, but it wasn't the one I sleep in, but I'm the owner of it.
Yeah.
So you guys have both slept in my bed.
Just not at the same time. Not Pringle style.
Yeah.
Someday I'm gonna thread that needle.
You really do have to look up the Klops thing, though. Look those up because they're ridiculous looking.
That is wild.
Do you like animated GIFs of fire and Cyclopses? Go to the Klops website.
Wait, what? For real?
Yeah.
They're called Klops drums, by the way. They're speaker cabinets, but they're called drums.
Yeah.
It makes zero sense. The whole thing is just so confusing.
Oh, man. We didn't do an album this week. Steve and I were busy or lazy.
Yeah. Well, I was. So the thing is I actually listened through it, but I didn't take any notes because I was going to listen to it again. And then I found out. Well, I didn't find out. We're moving out of the trailer at work back into the building, which is actually really going to throw off my music listening because we don't have offices anymore. We're going to the open office format.
Which is they're putting it outside in the parking lot.
not quite that bad. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. Probably
that's really going to kill your Craigslisting.
I don't know. Like the thing is the building that we're in is still pretty much only my department, so. I think I can still just do mostly whatever I want, but it's kind of weird. I might turn into one of those guys who shows up and books like a side conference room until somebody's like, dude, I need this conference room.
You're like, okay, let me pack up my stuff, and you roll up your sleeping bag and start putting your clothes away in the duffel.
Just start living there now.
Put the beans you were cooking on a sterno back in a Tupperware. I'll be out of your hair in a minute. You go ahead and start your meeting.
All right, man. What else we got? I let you curate the show tonight. I don't know what's next.
Let's just do another ad, and then it'll hit the time just perfectly, and then we'll just hang out if we want to.
All right.
Add to stream.
Oh, if we're gonna go
There
to
we
an
go.
ad before we
Yes.
still got some other stuff to do. We need to do one more thing. We got to do. A
Oh,
couple more
another
things.
sponsor, huh?
And
No,
another friggin' another sponsor. We got some housekeeping.
Housekeeping. All right. Here we go. The Dario. They make strings. They're super slippery. Steve has his bass strings now because I dropped them off at his house and doorbell ditched them.
Yeah, I need to.
You haven't used yet, Steve.
What's that?
How do you like those strings you haven't used yet?
I haven't used them yet. I'm super looking forward to it. I just haven't had time. I worked like too many hours last week. I'm on pace to work too many hours this week. So I'm still super looking forward to these. I love the way that they feel on your guitars. So I think they're going to be freaking fantastic on bass too.
I've been going through a whole bunch.
Ooh.
We're talking about the
Take it
Dario
hard, it's
XT
hard.
for you podcast listeners and you non.
I go down to the club and spread these around, and I'm very popular.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I actually
Ryan goes-
really enjoy the XTs. They're some
Ryan
of the
goes
only
down to
coded
the-
strings I like.
Ryan goes down to the club and he's like, "You call that a G string? Take a look at this."
I've got a whole pack of them. Yeah, I'm kind of at the place in my life right now where every time I pick up a guitar that doesn't have these on them yet, I'm just like, ugh.
Wow.
Ugh. Ugh.
Wow.
I dry heave. Is what I do.
Jeez.
I know. That's how much I love these strings. And I know I'm being dramatic right now, making silly jokes and faces, but I actually do really love these strings. And if they ever stop being a sponsor, if they publicly diss us, if they publicly diss
Dario drops a diss track.
I'm still going to buy them because I think they're really great. You hear that, Dario? Step up to the plate. See what kind of damage you can do.
All right, go check them out. Go order them online for now, unless your local guitar store has reopened.
Walk down to Dario headquarters, knock on the door, and look in.
Mr. Dario?
Mr. Dario,
Mr. Dario, are you in there?
can I have some strings?
Mr. Dario, I need some strings. Stat, taste.
You know how when you see like the social media person from Wendy's or like Burger King, how they're always really very clever and they kind of troll people sometimes.
Yeah.
I would love for Dario to start doing that on all your YouTube content.
Oh my gosh. All right, we're gonna move straight from that sponsor, I think, into some housekeeping, just to slap it all together. Housekeeping is a part where we talk about the Patreon. If you want to support the show directly, go to patreon.com/60cycle humcast. This week at the $25 level, you got a package, Ryan? You got a bag? Am I doing the bag?
I don't have anything. I still owe that last 25 Patreon a shirt. You sent me their address. Send me this guy's address.
Yeah.
And
shirt size.
I'll do both at the same time. I'll get it.
All right. This week at the $25 level, which is our bragging rights level, is Levi Main, who's actually in the chat tonight.
What?
So hey, Levi. So super cool. Ryan's going to send you a shirt. Let's get your shirt size and we'll get that all set up. And I'll see if I can. And of course, we'll have like the little sticker and everything else packed in there. We'll throw it together. Again, if you want to support the show, whether it's $1, $2, you want to get us to the Joe Rogan experience level at the $420 level. Patreon.com/60cycle humcast
or the 69 super slippery level.
I don't have anything set up for what we're gonna do at the $69 level.
Naked cast.
I mean, that's like just a couple like a couple more drinks and I'm doing naked cast.
No super chat so far. But I've done this much on my own of this sake. I know it's not as exciting as tequila, but
in a couple of weeks, if the weather really turns, I might be doing naked cast voluntarily.
I know it's gonna be hot. You didn't have that glary over there, Gary. I said glary, which is
I got no Gary over here.
Ain't got no Gary, which is our air conditioner.
Yeah, I just open the window and hope it doesn't get too loud.
It's spelled Gairy. There's an air in the middle there for Gary. I saw
All right,
Mike.
Ryan, let's
take a
hit this.
picture. I get
let's
it.
hit this ad, man.
Last ad, and then we'll just hang out if we want to. I should drop the link around to one of our secret Facebook groups and see if
That's
anyone else
so
wants
rad.
to. Yeah, this is fun, but also wonky.
This is a
you know.
Gibson RD8.
I love it.
It is an 8-string Gibson RD bass. I assume that this is not stock.
No. Good guess, Steve.
That's so cool.
What do you guys think about the tuner string routing? Oh, Steve probably wants to read that, but let's take a look at this picture first. Just the way these strings.
It's like a corset.
Yeah, I'm not super big fan of that aspect particularly, although
That's basically a string butler, right?
Yeah, it's a string butler.
and it's on a Gibson, so
Yeah, it's appropriate. It's a pro.
amazing.
All right, Steve, you want to read the description in the next slide?
About this listing, the serial number, who cares? Made in 1977 in the Gibson Kalamazoo plant. As all the other RDs, this bass is fitted with a 3-point bridge and 2 series 4 or 3 humbuckers. The asymmetric 3-piece maple body stands for overall balance and support for the right arm. This is a jewel one can't find anywhere else.
jewel one can't find anywhere else.
It was perfectly upgraded to
So
a
weird.
double 4 8-string bass guitar by one of the best German luthiers and fitted with a perfect active tone control, a sound feeling which can be described as purely out of sight. The first little control mixed the signals from the 2 pickups similar to the way a 3-way switch, only continuously adjustable. The second little control is for controlling the volume, and the 2 big controls are for setting the tone. Each regular bass guitar string has the matching octave string side by side. Blah, blah, blah. Shipping, insurance, 500 euros. Blah, blah, blah. This person wants $3,300, almost $3,400 on Reverb.
That seems a bit high to me.
It's pretty steep for a mangled headstock bass. I don't know what these go for in clean condition.
That's a good question.
Steve is going to jump on
I
the
haven't kept up with the
May
RD
right now, I'm
market
sure.
myself.
Yeah, I'm not
What
really
the
a
sound
big
feeling is.
RD speculator, but it seems a little stiff to me.
Yeah, you can get a 1977 Gibson RD Standard for $2,600 in freaking Sunburst.
But you have to consider the upcharge for the 4 extra tuners and the extra strings, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
true.
that is an upcharge. Look at this. Look
The,
at this thing.
the strings are half the value of a bass. Like everyone knows that. It costs, like whatever your bass costs, that's what the strings are going to cost. And there's just
Well, the tuners and strings are adding to the weight, and as we know, the heavier guitar is, the more it's worth.
they're priced by weight for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Have any of you ever messed with an 8-string bass?
I've been in the room with one. Does that count?
That does count.
I watched someone play a 12-string bass.
Ooh,
Nice.
I know,
Love
right?
that.
I
Love
was
that.
there for that. I saw it. But I understand the concept where it's, it's like a 12-string guitar. It's a doubled up string.
Yeah, octave courses.
Yeah, octave. It's an octave bass.
So cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
What do you think about the 12-string ones where it's 3 strings per string?
That's nuts. I don't think my fingers are quite big enough to handle it, but I love the concept. I think it's great.
Yeah.
isn't
they're
that
cute.
the Birds thing? Was it the Birds? Like, someone's got a signature 8 or 12-string bass.
I don't know.
The gentleman from Cheap Trick, I know, has an 8-string bass model. Don't remember. I'm gonna look it up. Cheap Trick 8-string bass.
Steve has a Gibson bass now. How have you been liking
I
that Gibson
do. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I haven't been playing it as much as I would like. But it's super cool. I need to get those strings on it. I need to mess with the truss rod to get the necks a little bendy.
Oh,
Trouble
you
in
guys,
Paradise.
Tom Peterson of Cheap Trick actually also has a 12-string bass model.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, but it's got like 6 necks on it to get. It's 2 strings per neck. You know, Cheap Trick.
God, that is busy, and I love it.
My worry with retrofitting a bass to be 8-string is, can the neck take the extra tension? Because it wasn't designed.
That's definitely something to be worried about.
Well, I think the idea is that the high octave strings, I would have
less tension, but there's still like you're not doubling the tension, but you're certainly increasing it.
Absolutely.
So don't act like you can like science me out of this, Steve. I already know.
I understand what you're saying. I have this idea, and I'd have to sit down with the numbers, Ryan, and do the computations. That like the difference between like say a light set of bass strings and like a medium set is probably what you would get with a light set of strings plus the octave up.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So like if you could put a light set on this bass and it's fine. You put a heavy set on it and it's fine. But if you put a light set and the octave up set, it would still probably be less tension than the heavy set.
It'd be like maybe equivalent or maybe not that much more. That's
You're gonna have to chart that out, Steve, and show me the numbers.
That's gonna be that GIF, the GIF with the lady and the math numbers floating around.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do the guitar strings go through the bridge?
It looks like the bass strings are going through the body and the octave strings from the bridge.
Yeah.
So they had to like drill through it and put furls, however you pronounce it, from the back, probably.
If I'm not mistaken, RDs have through body holes already, or at least some grabbers did.
The body holes are already there. What they did that's weird is
for the guitar strings, they would have to put some on the back though.
So for the guitar strings, I think what they did is they're just taking the ball end and hooking it through the slots in the bridge where the primary the bass strings are running.
Yeah, they allowed for both kinds of string techniques or a mix thereof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting. That's so fun.
It's really interesting. It's really dumb.
Tell us how you really feel, Steve.
Yes, Steve. Man, I'm trying to find info from D'Addario about the tension of this set. Because D'Addario, wouldn't you know it, does offer an 8-string bass set.
Oh. They don't make you buy 2 sets to pull that off?
No, they don't. At least not in separate packages, they don't, which is, a time saver, indeed.
Yeah, of course.
What's the tension? Tell me about the tension. What's the tension?
Waiting for this tension report is making me feel tense.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best. No, I don't.
Do they not have it on the website? They just have it on the
bloody tension chart right now, and I don't see it anywhere. Where is it? Folk guitar. No. Bass strings. There we go. No, I don't see it. Oh, don't see it anywhere. No.
Oh my gosh, there is are you looking at the PDF?
Yeah, I'm looking at the PDF, mate.
Wow.
Welcome to 60 Cycle Hum, the PDF podcast, where we open up PDFs and take a look.
Here we go. What the F? What's the number? Man, I'm going to have to report back. I don't think I can make this happen right now, guys. Oh, I'm trying my best over here.
Write up your dissertation and drop a link to it in the comments.
Oh my gosh.
There's so many numbers on that little page.
Your thesis, when you finish your thesis on this, I'm eagerly await it. Send it in a big manila envelope and I'll transcribe it for the internet.
Send it via that guy from Back to the Future.
Yes. Exactly.
I was told to be here at this exact place, at this exact time, on this exact day.
So Back to the Future is on Netflix, all 3 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are we ready to wrap this up? Let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up. If you're listening to the audio version, you're going to get smashed in the face with this song by Harrison Carlin. He says, "Hey guys, I'm a big fan of the show." Thanks, Harrison. Sending in a track I'm just finishing up for a new EP if you want to check it out. It's the last song for the EP and a late edition. I wrote it in a hotel room in Capitola last week when the quarantine started hitting for COVID. Wow, we're back. We're getting into COVID songs now.
Here we go.
This part of it is recorded through a Boss Katana Mini. Yes, for real. The rest I finished when I was able to get back home and used a Bias FX for those tones. Guitar was a Charvel DK24. This song is from his EP called Activate. There will be a link to his SoundCloud page in the show notes. This song is called No Words. So thanks, Harrison Carlin, for sending this in.
All right, everyone watching live, if you want to hear that song, go download the podcast episode through your favorite podcast streaming service Monday morning. And from here out, let's talk about Back to the Future for some reason.
All right, let me start smashing my audio together.
Steve has to go pull up the Back to the Future Wikipedia, so he's armed and ready.
Oh my gosh!
When I was a kid,
I've been watching them, so I have fresh opinions on Back to the Future. Go ahead, Grant. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, when I was a kid, my first memory of Back to the Future is that, and I think it was actually Back to the Future 2. It was the holidays, and my family was all in town, and all my cousins were here, and they gave us the choice. There was older cousins were going to see Back to the Future, and the younger cousins were going to see a movie about a reindeer, and I forget what it was called. Prancer.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know any better, and I'm like 6 years old, and they're like, "What movie do you want to go see?" And I'm like, "Prancer." So I didn't see Back to the Future in the theater because I went to see this damn movie about a reindeer instead.
Was it Prancer the one where, like, isn't Jonathan Lithgow in that one? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
I was
in
6, man.
In my head,
And he's like
Jim
a corporate.
Belushi, isn't it?
He's like a corporate CEO who's trying to steal Santa's flying dust to put it in candy canes. Am I thinking of a different one?
Flying dust.
I don't know
if I remember the flying dust.
So yeah, maybe Prancer was a different one. There was a couple. So anyways, here's my question. We've all seen all of Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
Well, Prancer was weird. Prancer, oddly enough, was starring Sam Elliott.
Oh, weird. Yeah, maybe I don't know that one. So say you haven't watched any Back to the Future in a while. You see this available to watch all three of them. What's the first one you go to? And you're not going to watch it necessarily in order. You're just like, I'm going to go with the one I want to watch. Which one do you go with?
2.
1, 2, 3.
2.
2?
2.
What do you, Grant? I'm a 3 boy.
That's okay. You can be a 3.
I don't know why. I think I'd pick 1 over 2 as well. I know that 2 is full of like all kinds of iconic stuff, and it's where they
and
really...
a very young Elijah Wood.
Yeah, 2 is
talking. He must have been a baby.
Yeah.
No,
In fact, baby's toy. That's Elijah Wood.
Yeah, the
You
kid
have
who's
to
like,
use your hands.
that's a baby's
Elijah
toy.
Wood?
That's Elijah
Yeah.
Wood.
Oh,
That was one of his first acting things.
That's
Gigs, I think
wild.
they
I didn't
call
know
them.
that. Mr. Trivia over here.
Well, I know a couple things. I still have the book that I had in elementary school on the making of Back to the Future.
You still have the book you got in elementary school, the Sports Almanac, 1985 to
That's why I'm raking in the big bucks.
2015.
Here's a thing I want to bring up. I already bored Mike and Steve with this over a private chat like a week ago. So in 3, when they go to the Old West, Marty arrives in the Old West and he stumbles upon the McFly family. And his great-great-grandma looks just like his mom from the 80s when she should not be blood related to him at all. So what is going on with the McFlys?
McFly boy's got a type.
No, I think there's an incest thing going on. I think the family tree goes in a circle.
Well, I mean, it is Back to the Future where incest is a plot point. So.
Yeah. I mean, they might as well called it Oedipus the movie.
Oh,
Oh, deep burn there. Oh, I really called him out.
wow.
I
Are
think
you going to touch her on her?
I didn't realize how bad a lot of the makeup was until my recent rewatching.
And the third one is pretty rough on. I feel like it's pretty rough on that one.
It's all pretty rough. Like
the second one is also it's the second. Somebody pointed out the second one is where they had fake Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Lorraine?
And
You're right.
like every makeup that you do on Biff is just like, it's like inhuman. Like when you see Biff in 85 or whatever, he just looks like a monster.
Are you talking about alternate 85?
No, I'm talking about first movie. Like he still looks like a bridge troll. Like he's all deformed and pasty and shiny. Like go back and look. Like he looks terrible. He looks so uncomfortable.
Have you guys ever seen the hoverboard pedal board that was floating around the internet for a while?
No.
It's like a hoverboard, but it's on acrylic stands, so it's kind of angled, and it looks like it's floating. And
I feel like it's got to have at least have a Demodash T120 on it.
This is an older photo, so
well, they need to remake it.
It's your turn to do that, Mike.
So do we have any? I dove us into this commentary on Back to the Future. Is that a dead topic now?
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about Back to the Future? I like 2. I think 2 is the first one that I saw, and so there's at least that, like, you know, it's like the people are,
the first one you saw, that's a rough start. It's a dark movie.
2 is the first one I saw as well.
Really?
Yeah, pretty sure. For sure.
No, I was a child. I was like, Mother, Father, do not allow me to watch the second one, even though it is on TV for free. Let us go rent the first so I may know the origin of the story.
I love that.
My dad was like, I told you not to talk like that.
Father, do not allow me to witness out of order.
Did you take a suitcase or a briefcase to school instead of a book bag when you were a kid?
Wear a little suit.
Yeah.
Also, like, it's kind of fun and kind of genius, but also like how lazy it is that all 3 movies basically have the same 24 scenes over and over and over again.
It's great.
It's like they go into
so
the second movie like, let's do the same thing as the last movie. Yeah, let's reproduce every single scene. Third movie, let's do that again. Yeah, then we won't have to storyboard it or script it. We'll just be like, we've got a list of scenes we have to copy.
But isn't that basically what, you know, you always have a formula, right? Star Wars upped the game in the first movie, and by the first movie I mean the 4th movie.
Mm-hmm.
They had.
We all know what you mean.
They had like half of a lightsaber duel, and in the second movie they had like 1 lightsaber duel, and they're like, let's just now when you go to a Star Wars movie, they're like, oh, lightsaber duel, and then when they released The Mandalorian, they went through 7 episodes, and people were like, where's the lightsaber duel? And then in the 8th episode, you're like, oh, that guy's got a lightsaber, and it's black.
And
because in order to get you to come back for season 2, they knew you needed a lightsaber duel.
I don't know anything you're talking about at all.
Just talking about Star Wars.
You're probably better off,
Grant. What's in your mind?
Isn't this show about weird guitars and amps and shit?
What? No, the show's over now. This is the after show. We'll talk about it.
But don't you guys only care about those things? You have other things that you care about?
Nope, I'm one-dimensional as a person. I only like the one thing.
Me too. I don't.
What I'd like is to know why my kid has left this pen on my desk for like 5 weeks.
Oh,
Here
stop.
we go. Grant, what's your hot take on this?
God.
Oh man, there's so many things, but first it's a 5-string bass, so like you see that right away.
Thing.
You know, I don't care what else is on it. It's a 5-string bass. I'm like, yeah, that's horrible, but at least it's red. It's my favorite color. They got one thing right.
Hey, always finding the silver lining.
Trying to be positive.
That bass,
And there's nothing wrong with 5-string basses if that's what you do.
That bass is in your neighborhood.
In my neighborhood. Yeah, I bet it is.
In your state, at least.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising at all. So,
Man,
getting political. I'm gonna have to go back and read the live
that's
comments.
not. No, it's not. It's just that we live in Tennessee. It's just different, you know.
I know.
it's different.
It's just different. Different from New York City. I'll tell you that.
New York City.
Get a
But
rope.
That's how you're supposed to react.
but it's pretty cool to not be living in New York City as well. So.
Oh yeah, because you were in New York City. That's why you mentioned
Yeah.
New York City. Yeah.
But I really, 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 really miss the pizza, and I know that like everyone, you know, would. That's like such a stereotypical thing to say, but like you don't understand, man.
Okay.
Tennessee, they can't make pizza here.
There was a question from half an hour ago that I do want to address from Robot Master Switch.
My wife heard me call New York City.
We have worked with or we do know about Coast-Sonic, and we've done work with Coast-Sonic before. Coast-Sonic was, I think, the first sponsor of the 60 Cycle Hump Fantasy Football League.
Yeah, and I went and shot a thing at the restaurant that he owns, that Jody owns.
Yeah.
He hosted like a gear night there like 5 years ago. It's been forever. And he sponsored my NAM coverage too, my last night coverage.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. That was, like, how did you find that? Did you have that tagged and you just like waiting to answer it?
I was scrolling back to try to find see if I could get back to the comments about the bass from earlier.
The Nazi bass.
Oh man.
Out here.
So guys, anyway, what else you guys got going on? It's almost the weekend. You guys excited about being almost the weekend?
Feels like the weekend is every day now.
Dude, I wish.
Ugh.
I want those vibes.
I did some COVID business today with my mortgage. You guys want to talk about mortgages?
I rent. I don't know what that means.
It means you can never move. Well, this is where I'm going to die.
A lot of questions answered.
Every time I go to Ryan's house, I'm like, nice coffin, bro.
Basically, I'll probably move when I'm very, very old to a single-story house. I'll be like, well, this is where I will die.
You got a bathroom on the first floor, man. You can just put your bed next to the kitchen.
It's a half bathroom, though. I can't.
That's all you need.
Shower, take a
Sponge.
bath.
You're old. You're just taking sponge baths now.
By the time I'm old, by the time I'm too old to get up the stairs, I'm gonna have robot legs. It's gonna be fine.
Or you're going to be hanging upside down from a hover platform.
Back to the future.
Back to the
future. That's a podcast name right there.
I love that.
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch the cartoon? There was a cartoon.
Yeah, I've got some toys from it. Some McDonald's toys. In the back.
Weird.
Yeah.
Heine!
In the cartoon, they would go to dinosaur times, and that was way more exciting than the movie.
And Jules and Vern were like active.
Yeah.
Good. Jules, Vern, they took the car. Marty, Doc.
Was it the same actors? Was the voice
No,
actor?
I think they did a Bill Murray Lorenzo music thing and got different people to voice it. I don't think that was the original cast.
No, there's no way. It probably was Biff though.
Oh my god.
He wasn't doing anything. Doc.
Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted
Voiced
had a
by-
cartoon too.
Oh my God. Doc Brown was voiced by Dan Castellaneta.
Oh, weird.
Homer.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Wow.
Well, I've been
Man.
hearing, some of those voice actors. I've been hearing about the show Brockmire a lot lately. It's been getting some drops on the Just Surprise Me podcast, and that's Hank Azaria's show where he plays basically it's like I don't want to say it's a live action version of it, but it's a similar character, I guess, or like has some character similarities to like the newscaster from The Simpsons. But it's also, I guess, just Hank Azaria going in and out of all of his different voice actors over time, like just kind of randomly or whatever. But he's supposed to be a sports broadcaster in that show, and yeah, I don't know. This guy's doing voices. Over here.
This guy's got voices.
now. Guy talks. He's a talker.
He talks, gets paid for it. Oh, what a
Listen
dream
to
job.
him. Just listen to him talk. I don't know, guys. I feel like we're fighting to keep this going. Maybe we should call
I
it a
was
night.
already super tired.
My
Wow.
family has not been letting me sleep, and like my eyes have been vibrating out of my skull all day.
It's because you didn't drink enough this episode.
Terrible.
I know, real quick, Mike has talked about this before, but I know you've done like voice acting work in the past.
Yeah.
You should like do that all the time.
Oh,
'Cause-
buddy, thank you.
You are such a color. You have such a colorful voice.
Aw, making me feel all pretty. Thank you.
Do a
Man,
voice.
you're
Mike, do
you're
a
a
trick for
genius.
us.
Do what?
Do a trick for us. Show us one of your voices.
Oh, you
you're
want one of
voice
my
actor
pick
with your
voices?
guitar.
Well,
Sidle up, friends, to the stereo
Oh,
system of your
goodness.
choice because
Here we go.
it's on. Here we go. Story time. One day.
and then you guys finish the story. How's that?
I'm
Mary.
about to start crying. I can't do anything.
Don't cry, Grant. You are loved and important.
Give me like a last time on 60 cycle hum.
Last time on 60 Cycle Hum.
I'm gonna grab that and use it.
I'll record you a better one.
Last time on 60 Cycle Hum.
Beautiful.
So you gotta look intense, or else it doesn't work very good. If you don't look at it, you're like, last time at 60 Cycle Hum. See,
Let me try.
it's different.
I've got
That's
to look
acting.
first, right? Like this is
Do
the
it.
look. Do I have to hold it like this?
Cradle
In a
the
world.
microphone in a world.
You're doing it a lot better than me, that's for sure.
Did you hear what I did for Emily? For the the Mustang GTX demo?
No.
She put out a trailer, and I got to do the.
In a world where
Yes.
every guitarist is a bedroom player.
It was awesome. I'm
You
so
should
proud of
set
it.
like a $5 for that. Be like, I'll do in a world things for you.
I'll say anything you want.
Just do
Every
people's
single
voicemails.
podcast.
Have you guys ever heard my voicemail? My voicemail is,
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If it's Michael you're after, I can tell you. He can come to the phone right now.
yeah, it's the whole thing from Taken, and it rules. And I keep forgetting to
That's great.
change it, especially after Liam Neeson said something super racist. I completely forgot to change it after that, so now I'm stuck with it.
Now people
Who
think
did
Liam is Liam Neeson on your phone.
Oh no, that's Liam Neeson that I accidentally called. Happens all the time.
I don't want to be on the phone with him. He is racist,
Oh
apparently.
man.
I just want to hear Mike's sweet voice. That's all.
Aw.
That's sweet,
Well,
sweet Mike.
well,
voice.
don't that make my brown eyes blue? Thank you very much, Grant. This one goes out to you. Hello.
That's why I'm gonna just start calling you at like 3:30 a.m. every night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
just
I'm
to-
probably up anyway.
just
I've
to get your
I've got
voicemail.
video
Well, don't
games to
answer.
finish. Oh,
So
okay.
When I was a kid, a friend of mine had this cassette tape that he bought somewhere, I'm assuming, and it was full of like novelty answering machine messages that were like that. And there's like a Jewcastar one.
Hey there, jerky. Oh, I can't come to the phone right now.
Yeah,
I fell down the
exactly.
stairs.
We were so bored in the 90s that we would sit and listen to that. That's how boring things were before the internet.
But did you guys, when you were younger, did you ever just find cassettes in places? This happened a lot in York, Pennsylvania, but we always found cassettes places. And we'd take them and listen to them. And one time, my friend Greg, his family moved into a new house, and in the attic was a single red cassette tape. And he was like, "Oh, I don't know what this is." And so we put it in the stereo. I wish I had it because it's hilarious. But it's a recording of from really far away. You hear someone go, "Uh-oh," and then walking noises for like a minute and a half, just constantly getting closer to you. And then a belt unbuckles and someone sits on a toilet and has diarrhea. And
that was comedy.
It was amazing. Uh-oh. Just
imagine
incredible.
That when you're a kid, though, and being like, all the jokes I've been trying to make, this is it.
Buddy, this was high school. This was prime diarrhea joke time for us.
I feel like you just described TikTok.
You just described an Adam
really?
Sandler bit.
Is that what a TikTok is?
That's a TikTok for you.
It feels like it could be.
Adam Sandler had this comedy album in the 90s, and there's literally like a 10-minute bit on it that is just someone uncontrollably peeing. They can't stop peeing. And they're just like, oh no, oh, it won't stop. And there's someone knocking on the door. Are you done? Almost. That's the whole bit. And it goes on forever and ever and ever. And at the end,
genius.
At the end, you hear him zip up and you hear him open the door. Yeah, you hear the Foley work and everything. And then you hear him piss his pants.
Like I gotta track down this classic record.
Yeah, track it down. You're gonna laugh.
Oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna laugh at this.
You're gonna be in stitches.
What was there was a character on that record?
The hairy balls guy.
Yeah, what the hell was his name?
I don't think he had a name.
I'm pretty sure that
I know exactly who you're talking about. I don't want to repeat anything that character said.
Yeah, just the guy with the voice. That whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was a character that had a name.
Yeah, he probably does. Like there was a bit where he's being interviewed by the dean of a college, and the dean's asking him serious questions, and he's just saying stuff like, "I bet you got really hairy balls." Like that's the whole joke. Wow. And then the dean just like continues on and doesn't like address any of this.
And we were all kids and thought this was funny, but this was, I believe, made for adults. Like Adam Sandler was an adult, and he was making. So it made sense that like 9-year-olds would be laughing about it. But
yeah. Imagine being an adult and someone putting that out now.
Yeah.
And you buying the album and being like, "Oh, this is good stuff." I mean, as an adult, listening to another adult perform a comedy act, I can appreciate this.
Wow.
I love the bit about hairy balls.
What's y'all's favorite Adam Sandler SNL character?
I loved how he played that character Norm Macdonald for so long. Beautiful character. My favorite character of his on SNL.
I always thought it was really strange how every time he'd play a guitar, it would be some weird, like it would be like something that you would never see. Like it would be like an Alvarez, or it'd be like a Kramer, or it'd be like just it wouldn't ever just be like he wouldn't have just have a Telecaster, you know. Yeah. Always have something weird. So I don't know if those are Adam Sandler's personal guitar collection is just wacky and strange, or if just SNL just has a bunch of weirdo guitars hanging up in the back.
He was probably like he's probably like was talking to Lorne Michaels. He's like, I got this idea for a bit. I'm gonna need a guitar, and Lorne Michaels is like, "Intern, go get a guitar." And then they go and ask the musical guest, and the musical guest is like, "No."
What? I wonder if I could track down Adam Sandler an article.
I just figured they were his personal guitars.
If you track
because you'd see the same one
for an article, Ask him about that Jew guitar that we were talking about earlier.
I think I've seen
like
him
a
with an
Joe
ovation a couple times. I've seen like a recurring ovation,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that might be his.
I think he might have been like an Epiphone artist for a while too at some point.
I remember him with a Les Paul at one point.
You can't like tie him down with a sponsorship with an endorsement deal. He's a free agent, you know.
A creative genius such as him, it needs to roam free.
You can't write hits with like Lunch Lady Land with just any guitar. Like that's like 6 different brands of guitars on that.
bit with Chris was fantastic. Chris Farley was so good as the Lunch Lady. Golden era of comedy.
Mike's from Pennsylvania, where I'm from originally. So
I forgot about that. Yeah.
The hoagie thing. Like, do you guys say hoagie? Because
Yeah.
I know like when you get like
have
more
hoagies and not grinders.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So many funny words, but like in Pennsylvania, we say hoagie in a lot of places. There's one of my favorite places is the Southside Hoagie Shop in Lewistown, Pennsylvania.
I understand random names for sandwiches. Like, I get it. Like, whatever. You got a random name for sandwich. Great. So hoagie's fine. What
Grinder.
grinder?
I'm pretty sure that's like more east, right? Like that's New Jersey.
Yeah. But is it like it's so like what's the root of that? Like, is it like, oh, it's so big you gotta like really like grind your teeth on it or what? Like what? Where does that come from?
Is this a Seinfeld bit?
wish.
What's the deal with grinders? It sounds like you grinded your teeth. I don't want to eat that.
All right, I'm looking it up.
I've heard people complain about like the different names of these sandwiches, and I think it's more polarizing, like the soda versus pop thing here in Southern California.
Oh,
but for
damn.
like sandwiches go, like we kind of accept all names for sandwiches in Southern California. It's like, oh, you're a sub shop. Oh, you're a hoagie shop. Oh, you're, like whatever. Like, yeah, I understand what that is. I'm fine with whatever you want to call it. I'll eat it, but no one gets uptight about what it's called here.
Yeah, people are super chill about sandwich names.
Hold on,
in
Grant, you
SoCal.
got an answer for us?
Yeah, well, there's two possibilities. They don't really know for sure. One is that the bread's hard crust required much chewing.
Oh.
So you're maybe right there. And the other theory is that the name came from Italian American slang for a dock worker, among whom the sandwich was popular.
Ah,
Interesting.
much like the po' boy in the South,
Yeah.
presumably,
Oh, boy.
right?
So where did hero come from?
It's Greek, isn't it?
No, hero is different than euro. Hero is the sandwich. Euro is a meat.
Euro is
I don't think I know about the sandwich hero.
I forgot about it. It's
my
it's
goodness.
pretty common
It's
now.
another term for submarine sandwich.
Well,
There's
all
too many names for this type of
no,
sandwich.
they're all the same thing. It's a long
Wow.
sandwich. We're just talking about long sandwiches, guys.
Subway, eat trash. My
We used
favorite.
to-
My favorite Subway story is still the one from our local radio station where they played "Only Happy When It Rains" or whatever from from Garbage, and at the end of the song the DJ goes, "That was whatever by Garbage." And speaking of garbage, here's an ad for Subway.
Oh man.
And the next day he was off the air, and a week later, he was back on the air on the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. shift.
Ooh, downgrade.
Still work.
So the $5 footlong thing,
$5.
that song, we used to on tour in the van, we would play a game, and it was just stupid, but it would pass a lot of time. You would sing the $5 song, and then you had to name something that you would not want to get for $5. So it'd be like, $5 root canal, kind of like that.
Right. $5 vasectomy.
Exactly. So like you just and then you could sing for 2 hours. It was the dumbest thing, but we're like 25-year-old kids.
Divorce lawyer.
I love it.
We were 25. We didn't know about that stuff yet.
Yeah, nobody thought about that. I have a great Subway story. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Do you want to hear?
I don't know what I just did there, but I did it. Yes.
I was in a band in 2001 called Grandview with my good friend Mitch. And Mitch at the time worked at a Subway.
Didn't we know someone in a band called Grandview, Steve?
How many bands
pretty
were there
popular
called
name.
Grandview?
We were like classic rock, emo rock. Like we were like the Thin Lizzy of Jimmy Eat World. It was pretty good. But we were about to go on tour, and our singer Mitch worked at a Subway at the time. And do you remember like the I don't know if they still have the cards that you fill out with stamps, but they used to give you a stamp every time you go in.
Grant Scott. Here you go. So you can get a card.
Oh my gosh, does he have a card?
We're gonna redeem that puppy right now.
I'll wait to finish until he returns because I want to.
I
desperately
think
share this
pretty
moment.
much when they started doing $5 footlongs out here, they stopped the cards because they realized like people are going to show up and buy like a week's worth of food just to get the 13th one for free.
For real.
This says if I buy 12, I get the 13th one for free. Can I just buy 12 $5 footlongs right now? Yeah, $60. It's a week's worth of food for $60.
It's easy to make fun of Subway, and there's things about it that aren't great, but I kind of love those macadamia cookies.
I kind of want to go get some Subway right now. My local Subway is 24 hours, but
All right,
I don't know if
Grant,
it's still 24 hours.
Let's see that.
Guys, I want to go to Subway too, and I think I can get us a free sub right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll take a Southwest
Jeez.
chicken. Please.
That has been in my wallet for fucking 12 years, at least 15
Shit,
years.
man.
All right, guys. What's your Subway order? Mike already spoiled it with his.
Wait, I need to my story.
Okay. Tell your stories.
Okay, tell me story.
Tell me
So
story.
Mitch, our singer, worked at Subway, and they had the cards where you could get stamps to fill them out and get a free sub. So Mitch, being the genius that he was, right before we went on tour, every night at the end of his shift, he'd close up the shop, and then the stamps were in this like rotary thing, where like a rotary telephone where you spin it around for how many stamps you're supposed to get. He would just go like that and take like 40 at a time, and we just filled out cards for weeks up until tour, and we didn't pay for a single meal on the entire tour. And that was at a time where we were young and our bodies could handle that horrible option.
Well, here's my question: did you ever stop pooping, or did you poop even more?
Buddy, no, you just gotta like a little bread, a little less, a little meat. You were totally chill. You didn't have to overdo it. You have to say, I want 700 olives on this. I want just make smart, sensible choices.
All pepperoni, no bread.
Quadruple meat, quadruple cheese, no bread.
Actually, you know what? Just the cup, fill it with mayo.
I'll take the large drink cup filled with mayo, please. And thank you. Man, what a blast from a past. Okay, what's everyone's Subway order? And then I got to go because I was supposed to leave a long time ago.
Sure. I kind of always just go custom. I was like, roast beef, that thing, a couple veggies, that cheese. I'd never pick one of the pre-made things. But then I know some people live and die by the pre-made ones, the fancy orders. So
is it fancier to do a pre-made one or to pick and choose everything?
Well, you get access to knowledge of the secret sauces when you do the pre-made recipe ones.
Indeed.
Where like you might not know,
the
glory of the Southwestern chicken ranch sauce or whatever it is.
Yeah, that Southwest sauce is banging.
My wife has an order when she goes where they don't even make the sandwich anymore, and she has to like scope out like an old timer who looks like they've been working there for years because it
that was just the way I lived in that brief period where Taco Bell wasn't serving the cheesy gordita crunch. I had to you got the stuff. I know.
That was me when KFC stopped the triple zinger. I was like, listen, you've got the buns, you've got the chicken strips. And they would do it for a while, but then they stopped stocking like sliced tomatoes for sandwiches, and they just started putting like diced tomatoes on it for me.
Do not serve this gentleman.
And then I was just like, it's too far gone. They can't resurrect this sandwich that I loved so dearly. What about you, Grant? What's your Subway order?
It's not the same anymore, but for most of my whole life until I became a vegetarian, I got the same thing every time. And because I can't smell, I was born without a sense of smell.
I knew this about you.
It's called anosmia, which sounds like a made up word.
It sounds like a band.
Yeah, but it is very much a real thing. I cannot smell. And
you cannot or you will not.
I just can't. But texture is very important, right? So because like the taste to me is just sweet, sour, salt, and bitter. I don't have like the whole taste that you guys have, all the little intricacies and things that make food so special. I mean, I just get like, oh, that tastes sweet to me or whatever. But like texture is very important. So I would get
making up the rest of the flavors. You don't have to worry about it.
So I'm not missing out on anything. I would get turkey, cheese, mayonnaise, turkey, cheese, mayonnaise. It has to be like turkey, cheese, mayonnaise, turkey, cheese. Because if you ask for double meat, they're going to put all the turkey in one spot and then all the cheese in one spot. And so when you're biting into it, it's like, like thicker. I wanted to have a little bit of everything as you made it through, like a little bit, whatever.
It's like a layer cake,
Exactly. And apparently after moving to New York City, I hadn't been to the Lewistown subway in 10, 12 years. And I went back and apparently it was such it had left an impact on the lady that worked there. Cause as soon as I walked in, she goes, turkey, cheese, mayonnaise, turkey, cheese, mayonnaise.
Whoa.
But I was a vegetarian at this point, but she remembered.
So you were just like, you're like, no, cheese, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Cheese, mayonnaise.
Cheese, mayonnaise.
But she remembered my order for over a decade. It was crazy.
Wow.
Wild.
Yeah.
That's a true friend.
Yeah.
I had a situation like that at a restaurant where every time I walked in, they would know my order. And then it started to suck because I wanted to change my order, but I couldn't I didn't want to initiate it and be like, actually, I'm in the mood for something else. It felt too good to walk in and have them be like, hey, and I'm like, And
what restaurant was this?
It was somewhere I was going when I was working up in Temecula.
I
can't remember what it was specifically though. But it was that whole dynamic. It might have been Subway. They had when you find a good Subway where they play fast and loose with the the meat and the toppings and stuff like that. You're like, I'm coming back here. They don't cheap out on me.
What does fast and loose mean? What did you say?
Yeah, where they're like, oh, you like pepperoni? Here's a lot of pepperoni. Like they do you that solid instead of sitting there like counting them. Like, oh
that's solid.
4 pepperonis.
I know my boy likes his pepperoni.
6 olives. You get 6 olives. That whole BS.
Fast and loose is when I send out sticker packs and I'm like, I'm going to give this guy 4 stickers instead of 3.
I shipped out that.
Just kidding, that never happened. Stickers are too expensive.
I shipped out that contest guitar this morning, that Telecaster.
Yay!
Gave away. Only $40 to ship that thing.
Nice.
Through FedEx. Last time I shipped a guitar, it cost like $85 through the same FedEx.
It's really very how far were you shipping it?
I don't remember. Well, this time it was going to Reno.
Yeah, I found some of those shipping services are really variable based on distance and also variable based on their distance from their local FedEx hub or whatever.
Bye, Mike.
Bye, Mike.
See you,
Hey, I love you all very much. I hope we don't get canceled. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, shipping is a mystery. We're big now. Hey, everyone, we're big.
Whew, I had to back up. Yeah, I can't believe he brought this card up because I just found this in my wallet the other day and was like, holy crap. I was like, did I just lose you guys?
The card thing. You killed the conversation. No one wants to talk about the card.
No, the card thing is great. I kept one for a pretty long time.
I have a card for a shaved ice place, and it's all filled out. I just have to go get my free shaved ice, but then I had to go and come down with the diabetes, and it's like, can't go get a snow cone now.
Yeah, and I don't think that they honor these cards as of probably 2004.
Yeah, it's been a while. So you should take it in and see what happens.
The people working there wouldn't even know. They'd like, what is that thing?
You should go in a caveman outfit And like put it on the thing and have like ice in your hair, like Encino Man style.
Oh my gosh.
And be like, ooga booga. I'm pushing it across.
turkey cheese mayonnaise. Turkey cheese mayonnaise.
Turkey cheese mayonnaise. Oh.
They don't even want my card. They just give me the sandwich. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Just get out of here, man.
Go to a Subway. I can't believe we're still talking about Subway. We used to go to a Subway that we called Bulletproof Subway.
Oh, Bulletproof Subway.
Which was pretty good. There's something about that 2-inch thick bulletproof glass bubble that went around the workstation and the airlock that they would put your food in that gave the staff, I think, the sense of security and like a peaceful sense that they could make some really good sandwiches. I think they were just working in a really like positive environment there. They were doing some good work.
I didn't know San Diego had it like that. That's pretty crazy.
In that neighborhood, in that time.
I think this Subway got robbed at gunpoint like twice in the same year. So basically, in order to protect the employees, they
it's probably an insurance thing.
Yeah, they put the entire service area behind plexiglass. So really, they were just way, 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 way ahead of their time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a trip. They had the little like bank teller microphones there, like, to talk to the people, and then they had a one-way we got a pass through. They had a that airlock.
Like it would close on both sides, and they had this lever, and eventually it broke, and they never fixed it, and it was just like, you could stick your gun through in there and shoot us if you want.
Those mics were always so crappy.
Yeah.
The boom mic or the gooseneck mic,
Yeah.
that every fast food place had. I wonder whatever happened to all those mics, because those would be so fun to like use, like run through effects pedals and
right.
Just to like record really lo-fi odd sounds out of. I wonder if you can find them for like $5 on eBay or something.
Sure. Oh, I'm sure they're out there. They're probably more than $5. They're probably because they're like a specialist industry mic that's meant to survive outdoor weathering for decades. It's probably like a $600 mic for some reason. Yeah. That mic will never go bad, but it'll always sound like crap.
I love it.
It's perfect for touring with.
Well, I'm going to get back to Karen. She's in the other room, just hanging out with Cat Albert.
Cat Albert.
Thank you for letting me talk about that amp and hang out with you guys for a while.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fun.
Oh, shoot. I don't know what I just did.
I don't know what you did either.
I closed the screen, but I didn't close you guys. So anyway,
right, let's call it a night.
I'll see you guys later.
Bye, Grant.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Stay grounded.
See ya.
In broadcast.